Okay, first of all, fuck the Supreme Court. What did we tell y'all 2 episodes ago? Those right-wing fucknuts are coming for us all, and we need to protect and support each other and fight like our lives depend on it, because they fucking do. But this episode isn't about that. This episode is all celebrity gossip and us having very strong opinions about it. Especially the Johnny Depp trial. Hashtag justice for Johnny Depp, my big fat ass. You want to know why? You'll have to listen. And this week in the Year of the Saints, did you hear the story about the saint who got swapped for a changeling when he was a baby? Well, you're going to now. Mama's always looking out for all of you. But not you, Clarence Thomas, you piece of shit pubic hair on the Coke can motherfucker. Welcome to Pitney and Amelia's Bitchin' Boutique!
We may be awful,
But we're right!
So in this episode, we are going to do a little thing different. We are going to do a little celebrity gossip.
Yes.
And we are not turning into Perez Hilton. Thank you very much.
Oh, fuck that guy.
But we are doing our Pitney and Amelia things on current celebrity gossip that we resonate with. And do we have opinions?
Oh, well, you know, of course we do. I mean, that's pretty much where it came from because, you know, shit is happening out there in the world and there's just like certain things that are like bubbling up and we have shit to say.
Oh my God,
and it
yes.
was like, we didn't want to like interrupt perfectly good episodes with this stuff. So we're just going to kind of get it all out of our system kind of all at once and just kind of do some celebrity scoop, as it were.
Yeah, and I just gotta say, like, you, Amelia, are more in tune with celebrity, pop culture, movies than I am. 'Cause I don't know what the fuck is up.
Mainly because I'm actually online and on social media and I actually see what happens.
Yeah, and I am totally not. But, yeah, there's some things that are actually current and valid. A new girl, yes. So let's go.
Let's get into some, you know, some exciting celebrity news. You know, the kind of stuff that only we can talk about.
Oh, yes.
The kind of stuff that is so exciting and so up to the minute. That's enough. That's classic. That's original. That's original like 1981. That's some original shit right there. Anyway, celebrity.
Yes,
celebrity
on that
scoop.
note.
Celebrity poop scoop. That's what we're doing.
Yes. Yes.
Celebrity poop scoop. So, who wants to go first?
Oh my God, I don't care. Do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first? I don't care. Which one?
Well, I have a story that's very timely. I mean, we are recording this. I mean, this is going up like the first, actually, July 1st, I guess.
Yeah.
Will be when this one goes out. So we are recording this in kind of the middle of Pride Month. At the very, very early in June, there was sort of a little scandalous occurrence when, well, at first it just seemed nice. At first, the initial thing just seemed like, Rebel Wilson. Do you even know who Rebel Wilson is?
No, I do not.
Okay, she's an Australian actress. She was known primarily, she's a comedian, like comedy actress. She's blonde. She was a fat woman who in the last few years has lost an enormous amount of weight, who she now just kind of looks like a very skinny blonde woman.
Okay, so I was just going to ask you to answer my question. I think when you said fat, I wanted to, do you mean like fat, or do you mean like this Hollywood bullshit of fat?
No, she was fat.
Okay, so she wasn't like, oh my god, she's a 12. Okay, she was fat. Okay.
No, she was
okay.
Like, in the Pitch Perfect movie, she played a character named Fat Amy.
Okay. So, you understand my question not knowing who this was. Okay.
In the Bridesmaid, you know Matt Lucas, the British actor
yeah.
guy, the one who was in Little Britain. In the Bridesmaids movie...
Cake, anyone? Cake?
Yes, exactly. Dust. Eat dust.
Dust.
In the Bridesmaids movie, Matt Lucas and Rebel Wilson played brother and sister.
Okay.
The roommates of the main character in that movie. So, and they totally looked like they would be brother and sister. So, imagine if Matt Lucas had a sister who looked just like him. So that's basically what I'm talking about.
Oh, bless her heart.
Yes. She's very, very cute. So anyway, in the first week of June, she posted on Instagram a picture of her and her girlfriend, basically, and said, all these years I'd been looking for a Disney prince, and it turned out I should have been looking for a Disney princess. She basically outed herself by revealing to the world that she had a girlfriend. It was all very sweet. But then the next day, it was revealed that it was kind of ugly, because the next day, the Sydney Morning Herald, some little bitchy columnist named Andrew Hornery, I'm naming him because he's a little asshole, he posted a column on the Sydney Morning Herald's website saying that, I have been, in touch with Rebel Wilson's people for the last several weeks about this story, and, to try to get comment from them. And as he said, Rebel decided to gazump, was the word he used, that she gazumped the story and just posted on her own Instagram page that she had a girlfriend. So basically, he announced to the world that he was going to tell the world that she had a girlfriend, and he was pissed off that she thought she had the right to tell the world herself. So he thought he had the official scoop that she was a big old les or whatever, however he was going to present this story.
Yeah.
And he didn't think it was fair for her to tell people that she had a girlfriend when it was his story to tell. And so there's two parts to that story. One is, fuck you, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And the newspaper apparently was like, oh shit, we did not think that this was going to happen. This was not our intention. But the other thing is, most people, of course, reacted in a positive way to, oh, good for you. You're in love. That's great. Good for you, Rebel Wilson.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But with anything like this, you get the standard ugly ass reaction to news like this. Anywhere from, oh, look at you and your gay propaganda.
Yeah.
Throwing your gay propaganda in our face. To weird shit like, because she has had boyfriends in the past. So there are people who are acting as though, wait, I'm confused now. Was she lying that she dated men and now she's dating a woman? Because obviously it's not even possible for someone to have ever to be both, to be like bisexual people don't exist because people are reacting that way because it's not possible. And then there's also people thinking they're very clever, saying things like, this is a quote from a tweet in response. Well, is she gonna go lipstick or lumberjack? Because that's so incredibly clever.
What does that even mean? I don't know what that means.
Because if she's a woman who likes women, it's like, well, she's obviously liking this woman because now we've decided that means you're a lesbian and lesbians look like this or they look like this.
Okay.
So now you have to change who you are. Like, you're no longer the person you've been this whole time. Mm-hmm. You have to go lumberjack because you just revealed to us you have a girlfriend.
Okay, because of course my mind was taken into a sexual innuendo, which probably didn't exist. So it's like, what the hell does that even mean? Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't even know. Well, and then the other two things are related to combining her announcement with her recent weight loss, which is, well, since she lost weight, she can get laid now.
Okay.
Which is fucking appalling. And the other is, well, she's only doing this. She only made this announcement because she's trying to get acting work. Because that's why people make announcements like this. Because they're trying to get publicity so they can get more work.
Because there's nothing like getting an A-list booking if you come out as gay or lesbian. Because, give me a fucking break.
Now, granted, the last few years, she's been... Well, actually, she was just in a movie, like, within the last couple years. Like, a couple years ago, I think was the last time I saw her in something. But she also has spent the last couple years, like, completely transforming herself. And I think she was possibly not taking acting work because she was in a process of, like, working out a lot.
Yeah.
And, you
know...
Hello,
yeah.
And...
Yeah.
And, you know, I mean, I personally... Not that I want to comment on someone else's physicalness, but she lost that weight so fucking fast. And it was a lot of weight really fast. And I just, you know, all these people who are pulling the, oh, she looks great now. It's like, no, she looks exactly the same. There's just less of her because she really does look, she's the same person. She's just smaller. But the people who are acting like, oh, now she can get different types of roles. It's like, and then she's going to gain 20 pounds and Hollywood won't have anything to do with her because she won't be hugely fat, so she can't play the fat girl anymore, but she's not skinny enough to play skinny girl part. So thank God she's funny, you know?
Yeah.
I guess, thank God she's funny. But anyway, but as for the being fucking forced out, because we've seen this happen with so many people.
Oh, yeah.
Like you mentioned Perez Hilton earlier. It's like these people who love to fucking force people out of the closet. And it's like, save that for people like Lindsey Graham. Save that for people who actively work against you. You know, leave the people who are just out there living their lives alone. Let people come out in their own time. But, you know, she never fucking hurt anybody. She's adorable. She's hilarious. She's adorable. She's a cutie pie. Let her have her cute girlfriend. And oh my God, her girlfriend's super cute. So it's like, they're just an adorable couple. But she did, after the whole thing with that asshole posted his little column the next day, she did say that, you know, it was a really uncomfortable situation and she just tried to handle it as best she could.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it was like, God damn it. You know, the poor thing. I can't even imagine how ugly, because it's you know, it's bad enough for people who have to just come out to their families or to their workplace or whatever. Imagine having to come out to, like, the planet.
Oh, I know.
You know, there is no hiding once the entire fucking internet knows you're out. That's so crazy.
Oh, yes.
But that was my most recent celebrity thing that has just gotten my dander up. Because, god damn it, leave Rebel Wilson alone.
The Bitchin' Boutique.
Yes.
I think we need to give them a thing, Spike. We can give them a drop that they could play on their
Yes,
show.
I think we've got to find some time and get time to do
it
that.
right now. I think we should do it right now. Look, I'll show you how easy it is, Spike. Watch this. I'm just going to do it live.
Okay, do it live.
Like that bloke screams. I'm just going to do it live. Watch this. Hi, this is Dr. Dan from the Two Skeptical... I can't do it now. Look, I can't speak. Too much pressure. I'll try again. Take 52. Hi, this is Dr. Dan from the Two Skeptical Chaps podcast, and you are listening to the most bitchin' boutique. See? That was easy, wasn't it?
Okay.
They could send us one, we could play it in ours. There
Yeah,
you go.
yeah.
Right, you do it.
Yeah.
Right, off
What do
go.
you want me to say?
Whatever comes to mind.
Hi, this is Spike from the Two Skeptical Chaps podcast, who ain't no bitch, but you're listening to the Bitchin' Boutique.
Oh, that was good. I hope they use that. Let's see if they cut it and put it in their next show.
Diplomatic community.
Okay, so do you remember we talked about this before? Madonna. With all of a sudden Instagram photos that she's posting herself in lingerie.
Ugh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
half naked and in fishnets and in the
And
bar.
looking really
Okay.
gross.
Okay.
Yeah, people can go back to an episode called House of Snoochie and hear us talking about, oh god, Madonna, what the hell happened to you? You're so gross.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Well, girl, she is up to it again.
Yeah, okay.
So there is a new series of photos, and I'm just going to describe 3.
Okay.
You can see more if anybody chooses to.
Well, I don't follow her on any social media because I don't want to look at her.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and I don't either. And let's just say, I mean...
I'm so horrified by looking at her
I know,
these days,
I
I can't.
honey, let's just say, you know me, I never judge.
Right.
But let's talk about this bitch with her fish lips.
Oh yeah.
And
she
her
looks terrible.
facelifts and her Botox and her goddamn hair. Oh my god, her goddamn hair. I'm not even going there. I could talk 20 minutes about her goddamn hair. Okay.
Yeah.
So, these pictures. So, 1, she thinks she has the right to post a picture of herself in basically fishnets and a thong. Maybe a thong? I don't know. Is it a thong? Is it a piece of fabric? I don't know. With
Okay.
a corset. And she is sitting in a bar with a friend. Supposedly a friend. I know the viewers can't see me, but you can, and I'm going to be like, so I'm posing for you, just like this totally laughing fake picture of her
Okay.
dressing like a prostitute from the 60s.
Oh,
Girl, that is such not a real picture, right?
so she and her friend are pretending to laugh while holding drinks. That's what's happening?
Oh, yes. And then, she posts a couple more. And the best, okay, and here's what I'm getting. So the best. She's in a nightclub. That bitch is no more in a nightclub than you or me are right now, right? with her fish lips and her big thigh-high stockings, just casually sitting with her ankles up to her thighs with her goddamn cunt exposed.
Okay.
You know, and then 50 Cent, remember we talked about 50 Cent before when he was calling her on being slutty in those goddamn pictures before.
Okay.
So 50 Cent said, well, I hope she didn't make her kids take this picture. At 63, somebody let her chill out, please.
Okay.
I don't think that's that bad. And apparently she is like all enraged and he is calling her out again for doing her shit. Mm-hmm. But I am sorry, a 65-year-old woman does not need to be in a thong. I mean, literally the picture was like looking into her crotch. That is some mentally ill, attention-seeking bullshit right there.
Yeah.
And
it's really gross.
God bless her. She was always provocative. And you know, I'm a big Madonna fan, right? Mm-hmm. But the plastic surgery, her dressing the way she's dressing lately and taking pictures. Bitch, you're 65 years old. We do not want to see your crotch in nothing but fishnets and a thong. And that's inappropriate. Yeah. Why can't you fucking mature as an artist?
Or just as a human.
Yeah, because you have the capabilities of doing so. And it makes me so mad. And all these Madonna fans, which you know are goddamn old queens my age, right? They're like, oh, you go, queen. You're so fabulous. And I say, fuck them. You tell that bitch to turn it the fuck down.
It's almost sad that it's like if social media didn't exist, what would she be doing? Because she obviously needs an unbelievable amount of attention.
Oh, she needs to get the fuck out of social media and just goddamn record an album of folk music. Because she's 65 fucking years old. I'm sorry, bitch.
I think she would be like, oh god, unfortunately she would probably still be trying to be an actress or something. Or maybe she would just do porn. I don't know.
I mean, I love
she
her.
Obviously,
I know you were not a fan of Evita. But I loved her in Evita. And you know the interesting thing about Evita, my mom hates Madonna. Hates her. But she loved, you know how my mom is, big fan of the Broadway shows, right? Mm-hmm. She loved the Evita soundtrack with Madonna.
Really?
But she wouldn't watch it because it was Madonna.
Oh, wow.
But anyway, fucking Madonna, oh my god. I love kitsch. And I love, you know, dressing slutty, but girl.
Well, yeah, there's no kitsch to what she's doing because there's no humor in it. Don't be
wearing fishnets with your goddamn cunt showing. Nobody wants to see that pussy.
She has no sense of humor about herself.
Yeah,
she has there's no cleverness about it.
Sensual, girl. You're making an ass out of yourself. Stop it. Stop it.
Ugh.
Nothing. Show nothing ever again. From the waist to the knees. Nothing.
Ugh. So gross. It's so revolting.
Nobody wants to see 65-year-old snatch. Oh, girl, I said snatch.
Well, you've said cunt like 5 times.
Snatch. Cunt. Snatch. Oh, I love the word snatch.
The Year of the Saints. As you've noticed by now, a lot of the saints I've talked about in this series have fairly basic saintly stories, and they'd be super boring if it weren't for that one thing that I latch onto. And this week is, well, okay, Saint Stephen is more of a big shot than most, being like the first martyr for Christianity, being a guy that the Apostle Paul actually ordered the stoning death of. And if you think I even understand what that's about, you'd be wrong. Because that would mean I actually read my Bible. And if you know Catholics, you know we don't read our Bibles. We just get one as a present for our first communion, and then we put it on the shelf and never look at it again. But the thing about Saint Stephen is this fabulous legend about him that sorta sprung up in the Middle Ages. And it's the kind of thing that the Year of the Saints is all about. And the main source of this legend that survives today is a multi-paneled 15th century altarpiece that tells the whole story in stages. And it's worth pointing out before I get into the story that the 15th century is also when the Malleus Maleficarum, the witch hunter's manual written by inquisitors, was written. And it talks about the kind of shit that's in this story. Longtime listeners of the Bitchin' Boutique may recall learning about the Malleus Maleficarum during the Year of the Vagina, when we learned that those uptight dudes thought the clitoris was a teat at which a witch suckled the devil. Good times. Anyway, that weird-ass book also talks about changelings. And that's the point. So, once upon a time, a couple had a baby named Stephen. And the devil snuck in and replaced their baby with Folgers crystals. I mean, a little horned changeling baby. Which I guess they never really realized until fake Stephen got older and, I don't know, grew a tail or some crap. Although according to the Malleus Maleficarum, changelings are always hungry and cry a lot, so, you know, they're like babies. Anyway, the real baby Stephen got, dropped in the woods or something, and Bambi's mom took care of him, until he was found by a bishop who liked little boys, I guess, and adopted him. And when Stephen grows up, he goes home to his real parents and casts out the demon. But then there are these other panels in the painting, and I can't find actual explanations of what's happening. But it's probably boring stuff like why the Apostle Paul got mad and had him stoned to death, when really, can we get back to the good stuff about the demon baby? Am I reading this painting correctly and y'all threw the changeling in the fire and then poked him with a stick? 'Cause that seems a little excessive, even for a demon baby. Who, by the way, didn't exactly ask to be raised by these people. I mean, take that up with the devil who left him there with his cute little baby horns. So, the next time you pass a church named for St. Stephen, and there are a lot of those, because he's super duper saintly. Sure, you can think about how much it sucks that a guy who was stoned to death gets to be the patron saint of stonemasons because the Catholic Church has no fucking sense of irony. But what you're gonna think about instead is baby Stephen switched out with a changeling. Because awesome. So, of course, like the biggest possible celebrity story that there is, unfortunately, the story that never ends, no matter how much we want it to, no matter how much I mute on Twitter, no matter how hard I try to avoid it, goddamn Johnny Depp and goddamn Amber Heard.
I know, and I just gotta say, I was talking to Marie, and we were, just shooting the shit and somehow talking about the news, and I just made some comment about, there's this really scary war going on right now in Ukraine, and there's a lot of shit going on in our country that's really, really fucked up, but the biggest news in the world is fucking Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. And that's really, really, really sad. Like, what about the war? What about the guns and the economy?
there was a period there. Yeah, when things like the war in Ukraine suddenly became unimportant because apparently Amber Heard took a dump in a bed, or whatever, and it's like, yeah, but who cares? No one should care about that, really. Because, I have a million opinions about people I don't give a shit about. But I have the main thing that I want to say, now that fucking trial finally ended, and the verdict couldn't be more of an abomination. It's so fucking horrible. And no matter where I look, no matter how reasonable I think people are, everyone is like, oh, well, that woman is obviously crazy and she's horrible and obviously the right person won or whatever. And I'm like, has the world gone insane? Has the world forgotten? I guess maybe people were fortunate enough to not be aware of what a piece of shit Johnny Depp has been for a very long time.
See, I didn't really know that much, but I've always hated him. I hated him on sight. Well, no, I take that back.
Well, you had plenty of reasons to hate him.
I loved him when he was a teenager in Nightmare on Elm Street because I thought he was hot.
In a little half shirt.
Yes, but I have hated him.
Yes.
Forever. I don't watch his movies. I hate his voice. I hate his face. I hate everything about him. So there we go.
There's so much to hate. There's so much to hate. But I had these memories that I had to kind of be like, did I imagine these things? Like, I kept thinking, wait a minute, though. He is a wife beater, though, isn't he? Like, I was so sure of it. And so I kind of did some Googling, which was hard to do with all that trial shit going on, because it was hard to find anything that wasn't this specific trial.
Oh, yeah.
But no, it's not. If you go back to when the two of them, okay, so first of all, he's like 25 years older than her, which automatically, all the red flags.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
He was gross before she came along, but she was, much, much, much younger than him, married a rich, famous guy, and then had the good sense to divorce him less than 2 years later, which, good for her.
Mm-hmm.
And before anybody starts going, oh, she's like really into Amber Heard. Look, I don't know anything about this woman. Apparently she's an actress. Apparently she was born in Austin. She was born right before I graduated from high school. She's a child,
I honestly didn't know who she was until the trial started. No idea.
Yeah, but the thing is, I only know her in relation to him. But I knew about her before this because apparently I did remember when they were getting divorced. I did remember things from when they were married because their relationship was so fucking awful.
Oh, was it all in the rags? Because I didn't think I ever paid enough attention.
Oh my God. So their divorce was so ugly that it went on for a while, and the settlement ended up being like, she was like, originally her lawyer like wanted her to have alimony, and then eventually it was, you know what, fuck you, I just have to get away from you. She had a restraining order because how abusive he was so violent and so abusive to her. Her whole thing was, I just have to get away from him. And it came down to, fuck the alimony, I don't need anything, I just need to be able to get away from him.
Yeah, but she has a lot of money on her own from her career, right? Because wasn't she in like Marvel movies or something?
No, she had a small part, I think, in like Aquaman.
Oh, I thought
But
she was like a major thing.
Oh no, she's not a major
Okay.
anything.
Okay.
She had like some small parts in some fairly big movies and then a bunch of parts in shit no one's ever heard of. I mean, she's not anyone. That's why we don't know who she is.
Yeah.
But in her divorce, the big part, the most important thing about their divorce was that she had to agree that she would never publicly call him abusive. That she would never say that he was violent towards her or abusive towards her.
Mm-hmm.
Which is what this entire trial was about. Because she wrote an op-ed about being a victim of domestic violence. And that's why he sued her.
Oh, that's right, but she did not mention who it was about.
Right. She just said, as a
yeah.
victim of domestic violence, blah, blah, blah. And Johnny Depp was like, sue her. So, this trial, this defamation trial, was not about who's abusive or who's a bad person or who's mean to who.
Because wasn't he saying that she would beat up him?
Of course he is.
I remember reading that and I was like, okay.
Because big, powerful, rich men are so scared of little girls. They're so, and it doesn't mean that men can't be abused by women, but for fucking sake, this guy has been a fucking monster his entire adult life. And he could have had a terrible childhood, and he could have had a horrible life, but he has already gone, it is already in the goddamn court records that this man abused this woman when they were married.
Yeah, and doesn't he have a history of, like, violent drinking and stuff?
Yes.
Like, I remember reading about that, too, and, I mean, just, yeah.
He has been a piece of shit for so long. There is a reason why you and I have always hated him. There's a reason that we just avoid him.
Oh, I didn't need a reason. I just hated him inside.
But, like, I mean, there was a time when I thought he was fine. There was a time when I didn't know enough about him, and I thought that every so often he'd be in a movie that I liked okay. Or, like, I really liked Ed Wood. But, but for the most part, you know, he was just that guy. I mean, it was like, before I started actively disliking Tom Cruise, he was just, Tom Cruise, he just makes movies I don't see, whatever. But then after a while, it was like, oh, fuck that guy. Tom Cruise was fuck that guy. Johnny Depp, fuck that guy.
Right.
You know, there's I could list a million things for fuck that guy, but now, fuck that guy. Because this entire circus, which should never have been televised, except he has the power to not only present his case first and make sure that he presents it to the world, streaming on the internet and on television and everything, to make sure the whole world thinks that woman is crazy. And maybe she is crazy. Maybe she does have mental illness.
I was going to say maybe she is, but that doesn't change
Absolutely.
the fact that he's a violent, abusing drunk.
Right. And even if she occasionally fought back against him, even if she occasionally did mean things to him too, it doesn't negate the fact that he was very abusive to her during their marriage, and she had restraining orders and everything else.
Yeah.
So the whole point of this trial was not about who was abusive to who. It was about, she wrote in an op-ed that she was a victim of domestic violence, and he sued her for it.
Now, was he taking it as like a breach of contract because of the
Yes.
clause? Okay,
Because
that's what I was...
she promised she would never say that, and therefore she owes me money. It's like, because you're basically telling the world, because you're the one who abused her and she promised she would never talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
But in the way you're presenting it, it's, but I'm so innocent though, and she's mean to me, and I'm just this sweet recovering addict, and I have friends who say I'm nice. And it's like, you know what? Maybe it's being people who have been in abusive relationships. Maybe that colors our view of things like this a little bit more, but god damn it, this guy is such a piece of shit. And it's like, I just really, 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 it makes me so mad. Oh, and can I also mention, this guy has bought a bot army. If you say anything on social media against Johnny Depp, the bots will swarm.
Really?
Oh my god. And also, I just found out the other day that apparently a woman I follow on YouTube, she actually did a video in part about, starting off to be about the trial, only because she found out that if you do content, which is not why we're doing this, but hey, I may tweet about it just to see if we can get attention, because why not? If you do content and you say hashtag justice for Johnny Depp, because god damn it, that was a big hashtag that wouldn't go away. Hashtag justice for Johnny Depp. You will, people are making money.
But he didn't suffer anything if he would have shut the fuck up. Oh my goodness. It doesn't matter. People who have nothing to do with anything are releasing content and using the hashtag justice for Johnny Depp, and they're making money off of it. Wow. And, and if you do hashtag Amber Heard is a liar, if you do, all this shit. Wow, that's fascinating. I have muted every hashtag I could think of that was related to that trial, and I could not avoid the trial, no matter how hard I tried. I have dozens and dozens and dozens of things muted on Twitter because I tried to avoid everything about it, and there were things that would pop up that seemed innocuous, like something would trend and it would just seem like something completely unrelated, and you'd click on it, and before you know it, you're in the middle of a bunch of Johnny Depp shit. See, that's fine, because I know that, because you're involved, with Twitter and all of that, but me, it's just reading Google News every day the way that I do. It was the top story. I could not even escape it that way, and it wasn't like one article. I remember it was like 8 a day. And the second you click on something... who is she? Oh. But once you've clicked on something, the algorithm decides to throw it all at you. And so it was not fucking possible. And I had people, I've got, oh God, I hate to say this, but a perfectly nice woman that I know, I'm just going to say, I know a woman who, her kid, she was so excited to tell me that her kid
was having a baby, and that baby was going to be named Johnny after Johnny Depp.
Oh my god.
And I'm like...
Why? Because they're a Pirates fan? I mean, why?
Well, she did say that her kid's bedroom growing up was all Pirates of the Caribbean. And that she and her kid were huge Johnny Depp fans. And I'm like, what is there to be a fan of, really?
But his career is pretty much going to be over now, right? I mean... I would assume he's not going to be hired for anything anymore.
I mean, Dior couldn't wait to start shoving his fucking Sauvage cologne ads.
Oh, that's right.
As the second the trial was over, that ad campaign went into full gear, and everywhere I looked.
I'm hoping that his goes down and hers maybe she'll actually have a career now.
I don't think so. I think he successfully managed to make the world think that she's completely insane.
What a shame.
I mean,
and
everywhere I look,
something.
there are entire, like, no matter what video you're looking at on YouTube, in the comments, no matter what that video is about, in the comments, there will be people commenting on how Amber Heard is a liar, and how she has borderline personality disorder, and how she's violent, and how she's this and this and that. It's like, who brought that up? Like, people are plopping that shit everywhere you look. It's fucking insane. Yeah. And it's all his fault.
Yeah.
It's all his fault for being garbage.
It's always the man's fault.
Always. Fucking garbage.
Amen.
Fucking Johnny Depp.
And there we go.
Shit. And that's the truth. Oh my god.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoy our show, please take a moment to rate us and review us on Apple Podcasts or Stitcher.
If you send us a screenshot of your review, we'll send you a Bitchin' Boutique sticker. Everyone loves stickers!
Please subscribe or add us to your favorites wherever you get your podcasts.
Subscribers get new episodes first and are also more attractive.
Drop us a line anytime at pitneyandamelia@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you.
If you know Catholics, you know we don't read our Bibles. We just get one as a present for our first communion, and we put it under the... Okay.